Cody, do me a favor. Let's cut the music for today, all right? If that's okay. Thank you very much, Cody. I appreciate it. My friends, this is one of the few times in over a decade that I have started a show sick to my stomach. I am disgusted, thoroughly. Now, the easy part is to say I'm disgusted with the Democrats who are smearing and trying to destroy Brett Kavanaugh for no real reason, who have taken politics down into the gutter and then below into the sewer. It's the easy part. I'm also disgusted by the left-wing media, which is giving credence and a trumpet to these disgusting lies. I'm disgusted by the politicians who feel in the interests of being fair to women, they've got to give a hearing to these charges, they've got to have investigations, they'll meet they make me sick too. But worse of all are the people, guy I used to know used to call them sheep, people who are sheeple, who are hearing these lies, these obvious slanders, this gutter politics by the Democrats, who are holding on by their fingernails, trying to defend against, God forbid, someday Roe versus Wade being undone. They're willing to do anything to prevent a conservative justice from popping up on the Supreme Court. And there are sheeple among us who are okay with that. Don't mind being lied to. Don't mind being tricked, hoodwinked. Don't mind if the Democrats spit in their face. Don't mind if the Democrats insult what limited intelligence they have. They're okay. If this garbage happens, they're fine. They'll always vote Democrat. Those are the people, the sheeple, who really make my stomach churn. This is as disgusting a spectacle in the media and in politics as I have seen in my, God help me, over 60 years of crawling along the surface of this big rock we live on. It makes me sick. They should shut these liars down immediately, confirm Brett Kavanaugh, and get on with the country's business. And if the sheeple and the liars and the whores in the media, if they don't like it, well, there's a whole rest of the planet they can relocate to. I've never been as ashamed of a large portion of this country as I am today. Go to the New York Post. I was going to start with this story, what the hell. The headline, 8 Big Problems for Christine Blasey Ford's Story by Paul Sperry. Go online to the New York Post, read the article. It makes it clear that all this yah-yah is filth and it's lies. It's Wednesday, Real Truth, and we'll be back with some truth for a change.
Grandpa's Pawn and Gun, serving Longmont and the Front Range of Colorado since 1994. We specialize in guns and currently have over 400 guns for sale. We also buy, sell, pawn, and trade for gold, silver, musical instruments, knives, archery equipment, quads, side-by-side, coins, and a lot more. We buy gun collections and do appraisals, which is smart for insurance purposes should a claim arise. We are, according to ATF, Colorado's second highest volume gun dealer, and because we have a lot lower overhead than big box stores, we can beat the big box stores by as much as $100 per gun. And we have the lowest interest rates in northern Colorado, half of what the corporate stores charge when you're doing a loan. Come and see us at Grandpa's Pawn and Gun. If you love guns, if you love gold, come and see us. Check us out on the web, www.grandpaspawn.com or 303-772-7952.
The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jacobs, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com.
All right, guys, let's kick it into gear. We are truly battling the forces of darkness today because we are arrayed against very, very powerful liars, low-life animals who want to bring down everything that you and I have built, invested in, hoped for over the years. Anyway, let's get started. Ann Coulter about the left's smear campaign against Brett Kavanaugh.
Ann Coulter has a sensational new book out. It's called
My friends, as you can tell, the Democrats are sleaze artists, lowlifes, stand for nothing except their own aggrandizement. And if you're voting Democrat, then you are just like them. You are complicit in their sleaze. Now, I don't want to think that anybody listening to my voice, listening to Real Truth, would be complicit in sleaze. So don't even think of voting Democrat. They are the garbage residue in this country. And they're poisoning this country's political bloodstream. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Real Truth. Yes, yes, yes. I'll post this video on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. You can find it together with a whole bunch of others, and I hope that you will. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution.
All right, guys, you're going to go to Real Truth Radio, R-I-E-L-L, watch and listen to the entirety of that interview with Ann Coulter. Let's stick on the same topic because this is the most egregious outrage being perpetrated against America today. Here's Pat Buchanan being interviewed by Laura Ingraham. Go!
Joining us now, one of my absolute favorite people on the planet. That's a pretty big
Exactly, just the way women rallied to Hillary Clinton, right? My friends, think about this for a second. Here's an American politician saying the burden of proof is on the accused. In other words, he's a complete schmuck. In America, the burden of proof is on the prosecution. A man is innocent until proven guilty. Well, if the Democrats want to overturn that principle, what other principles do they want to overturn? Freedom of religion? Yes. Freedom of speech? Yes. The Democrats want to turn America into a third world sewer. The good news is we can stop them. Bad news is how many of us actually will try and stop them. Excuse me 1 second, Pat. Woman has a right to be heard. 36 years? No. The right to be heard does not extend 36 freaking years. Because after 36 years, it's like smoke. There's nothing you can prove or disprove. It's like your imagination. So yeah, right to be heard, yes. 4 decades later, no.
Testified the demands not only for the FBI investigation, but the Kavanaugh government, the accusation comes after the offense. All of this is really upside down. I need to get a car to drive across the country. And you wonder how she got to the line. So all of these things I think it is naturally to the point I think that there's a minimizing exasperation in the country in the sense, look, we've heard these accusations, we're going to change the word, we're going to have a chance at the vote. Now get it over with and do it. In other words, the administration, I think, will delays being put on this process by the Democrats about Johnson accusations and by the changes that Kavanaugh is going to move innocent with guilt doesn't have to go established.
Something advocating for the right of choice. As all of this is happening, this nonsense surrounding Rod Rosenstein, Deputy Attorney General, also reporting with this blank speculation that on Thursday he'll be fired, his eviction comes down at the OK Corral on Thursday, when he's going to make his way up to the White House, and all the cameras on the Justice Department and arrested him and act like it was the OJ, White Mamba choice yesterday. It was crazy.
Well, listen, I think, it was achievable to do. Look, these guys have to seriously on their very environment to work with. When you take it to the cabinet, marching between the different amendments on the certain time, I'm inclined to believe what the American discussion council to something sarcastic. But I do think this. I think Trump will hold on any action on the Justice Department until after the election. We're too close to that. And after the election, I think you ought to make his move and bring a fire and put nations for the Mexican man next to the table and we have to go back to the entire time of the Justice Department.
Yeah, it's a relationship. But, anything Trump does, they're going to say the Constitution. Everything's a constitutional crisis. Enforcing the border is a constitutional crisis. Actually, getting the border out of the country, that's great. Compared to the fabric of everybody is dying, and it's totally the emotional.
The Democrats can say what they want. It doesn't do a thing if no one is listening. The Democrats have no credibility left. They've lied, they've slandered, they've maneuvered the truth, they've techniqued the American people. Democrats have no credibility. Why would any intelligent person still be listening to anything the Democrats have to say? Most of the people listening to the Democrats are not intelligent people, and that's what they're counting on.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons that Trump is admired. I mean, he's looking at a situation where people are howling and screaming and say you can't do this, and he steps up and does it. I'm not saying he's always right, but he is decisive. And that's what we see in this hearings now, is this indecisiveness on the part of the Republicans. Oh my God, they got another charge, we're going to have to hear that, etc. I mean,
yeah, they don't have to hear it. They can say to these women, sorry. Take it up with law enforcement.
Deadline and vote and take the consequences of this. And again, I say it's a quality of Trump that I think is admirable, and it's clear cut. It's conviction. He may not have all the facts right, but it's conviction and action.
No, and by the way, I wasn't going to play this, but I think it's a little bit off topic, but it goes to the issue that you and I care about so much, which is making sure that immigration in our country is done in a way that allows people to assimilate and understand our values and so forth. This was Jeb Bush. James, let's play both of them, okay? We'll put one with two, because there are two sound bites. Okay, Jeb Bush was giving an interview to, I think it was Jay Nordlinger at National Review. It was a podcast, and he made some comments about the country and changing demography, and he might have been talking about...
Oh, my friends, I have zero, I'll say it again in case you couldn't hear me, zero interest in hearing anything that comes out of the pie hole of Jeb with an exclamation point Bush. The one word I want you to think of when you hear the name Jeb Bush is asswipe, because that's what he is. All right, let me spend the next 3 minutes with this Paul Sperry article from the New York Post. 8 big problems for Christine Blasey Ford's story. Number 1, for starters, Ford can't recall basic details of what she says was the most traumatic event in her life. Not where the quote-unquote assault took place. She's not sure whose house it was, or even what street it was on, nor when. She's not even sure of the year, let alone the day and the month. Ford's not certain about how old she was or what grade she was in when she says an older student violently molested her. 2, Ford concedes she told no one what happened to her at the time, not even her best friend or her mother. 3, the 4 people she identified as attending the party, including Kavanaugh, all deny knowledge of the gathering in question, including Leland Ingram Kaiser, who she calls a lifelong friend. 4, her own immediate family doesn't appear to be backing her up either. Her mother, father, and 2 siblings are all conspicuously absent from a letter of support released by a dozen relatives, mostly on her husband's side of the family. 5, this summer Ford tried to reach out to old friends from high school and college to jog their memory. They couldn't help her. 6, yet she still pushed forward with her bombshell charge, contacting the Washington Post tip line, the Democrat lawmakers, while hiring a Democratic activist lawyer. Ford is also a Democrat, as well as an anti-Trump marcher, raising questions about the motive and timing of the allegations, along with her veracity. 7, Ford contends her notes her therapist took in 2012 corroborate her account, but they don't mention Kavanaugh. 8, in another inconsistency, Ford told the Washington Post she was upset when Trump won in 2016 because Kavanaugh was mentioned as a Supreme Court pick, but Kavanaugh wasn't added to Trump's list of possibles until November 2017, a full year later. My friends, this Christine Ford is a piece of garbage. Remember, you heard it here first. She's a liar, she's a politician, she's a whore, and she needs to go away. We'll be back.
All American Canadians will find that everyday archery is dedicated to our. Now, I'm trying to make higher very big. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the America News Network. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once.
This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franklin. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228. No one anywhere is more noble, righteous, courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women put the bill for our freedom every day. Let the military care and our prayers of their power. This message is from the Associated at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on 287 out here. They're on the air because they care.
Most people think they can't afford to invest in gold and silver. But at the Patriot Trading Group, we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to own hard assets. That's why we created our Preferred Metals program. You can get started for as little as $100 a month. Go to allamericangold.com and click on our Preferred Metals icon to learn how you can get started today. Or call us at 800-951-0592, the Patriot Trading Group, allamericangold.com.
All right, guys, let's get right back to the grindstone here. Tucker Carlson on Fox News talking about Brett Kavanaugh and the midterm elections.
Well, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. Brett Kavanaugh.
My friends, think about it. You can become a folk hero on the left by saying something obnoxiously stupid and anti-American. So once again, if you're planning on voting Democrat, then you are a cancer cell in this country. My friends, can't the exact same thing have been said of Nazi Germany or the Soviet Union or China under Mao? Of course it could. Whether or not you're guilty or innocent depends on whether or not you agree with the party in power. That's what the Democrats are bringing. That's why the Democrats are poison. Well, actually, that's wrong, Mr. Blumenthal, who, by the way, is an asswipe. No constitutional duty to try and investigate an allegation from 36 years ago. What obligation? Maybe, perhaps law enforcement has an obligation to investigate, but the government doesn't. The Congress doesn't. Wrong. Schmuck. The accused does not have a responsibility to come forward. In court, in any court case, the accused need not ever testify, need not ever take the stand. Doesn't this jackass Blumenthal know that? Well, obviously he knows it. He's lying. He's a Democrat. He wants to destroy Kavanaugh, regardless of the truth, regardless of innocence or guilt. He's on a seek and destroy mission. Actually, he's on a convince the sheeple mission. He wants enough people who aren't very smart to hear him and support him. Well, maybe that's you. Maybe it's you. Because if you're one of those voters who lets Democrats get away with this garbage, then yeah, you're one of those sheeple. You're a humanoid. Too stupid to be allowed to vote. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to the point yet where we can stop you. We'll take a break and we'll be back. Real Truth continues.
This was he of whom I said, he who contacted me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. We know our kids will be exposed to drugs. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who said church they know the drugs. They provide examples to their kids and families to lead us in the serving our American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, children. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsors' fine products or by calling 1-800-205-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help.
All right, guys, welcome back. Last but not least, Sean Hannity also weighing in on Judge Kavanaugh.
Judge is fighting back and standing up.
Correction, Sean. These were serious allegations 36 years ago. Now they're just politics.
This should be taken seriously.
Just by coincidence, after decades and decades, this woman shows up just in time for the vote on Kavanaugh. Don't you love coincidence, my friends? I know a thing or two about coincidence.
He's claiming that in the 1980s, again, when he was a freshman in college, that Kavanaugh exposed himself to her at a drunken college party.
Just by coincidence, something that can never be verified.
University. Ramirez herself wasn't totally sure if Kavanaugh was the perpetrator. According to the New Yorker, she became, quote, quickly inebriated at the party, her words. She told the New Yorker that she was, quote, foggy and slurring her words. And she even acknowledged that she has significant memory gaps from that evening. Now, the New York Times, well, they spent over a week trying to corroborate her story, talking to dozens of people. And the Times said this, quote, we have interviewed several dozen people over the past week in an attempt to corroborate her story. They could find no one with firsthand knowledge.
Ms. Ramirez herself contacted former Yale classmates asking if they recalled the incident and told some of them that she could not be certain Mr. Kavanaugh was the one who exposed himself. And those who Ramirez listed as witnesses in yet another case here, well, to the indecent charges, well, they're all flatly denying. This is what they said. We can say with confidence that if the incident Debbie alleges ever occurred, we would have seen or heard about it. We did not. The behavior that she describes would be completely out of character for Brett. In addition,
and my friends, this is the spit that landed on your face. This is the spit. Not only the slander against the judge, but the fact that they don't have to bring any proof. All they want is a form in which to make the accusation, because they figure you're stupid enough to act and to vote based on an unproven allegation from 40 years ago. That's the spit in your face, that the Democrats think you're stupid as a dog. Are they right?
some of us do this long.
Correct. 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 Good for him. That is a man with integrity. That is a man of honor. And he's being assailed by these gutter-dwelling pieces of garbage. It makes me sick.
Kavanaugh once again denied these charges.
My friend, how debasing is it for a man of this quality, with that kind of, as I just said, honor and integrity, to have to lower himself to respond to this political horse of mud that she's trying to splash on him? This woman's not fit to clean dog poop off the bottom of Judge Kavanaugh's shoe, and she's being given a national spotlight. It turns my stomach, and I hope it turns yours. We'll be right back.
Now, the testimony is gone, and frequently I ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny the incident. I am not the Masonic. And they asked him, what this? Are you a Bible? He said, I am not. Are you the? And he answered, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Chaplain Collins LLC is our emergency first responders with a professional commitment to free. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, with 2 locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. Visit them online at chapelcollins.com. Total Concrete Service online platform The men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. Their commitment and courage keep our country safe and strong. Let us honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Salute those who serve today. This reminder from Total Concrete Services, 4462 Hilltop Road in Longwood. Proud to serve the entire area and to work on behalf of our future. More information call 970-535-4780.
Item from the Washington Times. Professors at Yale University have roiled the immigration debate with a new study calculating that there are between 16 million and 30 million illegal immigrants in the U.S., as much as 3 times more than demographers figure. If true, the numbers would mean U.S. officials have done a poorer job of catching illegal immigrants than imagined, and that 1 out of every 9 people, 1 out of 9 living in the U.S., is here illegally. My friends, that speaks to the skullduggerousness of politicians for the past several decades. It also tells us that we need Trump and his immigration control measures much more than even we suspected. Item from Mediaite. Attorney for Stormy Daniels, Michael Avenatti, earlier this week claimed to have a client with a third allegation against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. He made the announcement and tweeted lurid accusations without offering the identity of the client or any evidence. In a statement, Julie Swetnick, a current government employee, alleges Kavanaugh and his friend Mark Judge attended a party where she was drugged and gang raped by a series of boys. While she does not accuse Kavanaugh of assaulting her, she claims she witnessed him participate in the gang rapes. And unquote, my friends, by the way, the proof is non-existent. Item from Breitbart. Laredo Sector Border Patrol agents arrested 650 Bangladeshi nationals this fiscal year. The number could hit 700 by the end of the month, which concludes fiscal year 2018. Unquote. So anyone who says that anyone who wants a strong border must be racist because they hate Hispanics, these are Bangladeshis. So according to Democrats, we must hate everybody because we don't want anybody coming in illegally. Item from the Washington Post. The man suspected of savagely attacking and robbing homeless men while they slept in Los Angeles and Santa Monica is a felon who's been deported 6 times, local and federal officials said Tuesday. Unquote. My friends, I don't know how an illegal could be deported 6 times if he was shot in the head the first time he was caught. Item from the Wall Street Journal, Dateline, New Delhi, India. India's highest court ruled that the world's largest biometric identification database does not infringe on citizens' privacy rights, but needs some new limitations. Unquote. My friends, America has much better privacy laws than India and other countries, at least for now. Item from the Charlotte Observer. Hurricane Florence is being blamed for piles of trash from Haiti and the Dominican Republic found strewn across miles of North Carolina beaches. That's an 1,100-mile trip across the Atlantic. Residents of North Topsail Beach began posting photos of the mysterious trash on Facebook over the weekend, noting brightly colored products labeled in Spanish and French now lodged in the sand. Unquote. My friends, unthinkable mountains of garbage coming from Haiti and Dominican Republic make the case even better than I can that we shouldn't have anyone from Haiti or the Dominican Republic coming to this country and bringing their own brand of filth and garbage with them. My friends, I've said it many times, we're about to go off the air. We just don't have time anymore for stupidity. America's got to get smart fast. Like now. So let this whore testify her meaningless accusations against Kavanaugh and then vote. Anything else would be to betray the American people. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends. More Real Truth. Stay safe. Stay healthy. For God's sake, stay angry.